Hey, my name is Vinay. It's a little dark right here. Turn the light on. If I can reach it. Oh, God. I'm a little sore. I had surgery last Thursday, May the 28th. I'm getting a little rough right now, but I'm not going for the glamour. I just wanted to tell you my story. I was told, that this was a simple procedure, which I had bladder sling, and my bladder was leaking a small amount, but it was aggravating, so I wanted it fixed. So, went and saw the doctor, had the bladder test, all that good stuff, and they decided what they needed to do, and a couple weeks later, they said, okay, we're ready for your surgery. So, I was told that it was a simple procedure. I'd only be out of work for 2 weeks. May go home with a catheter if I can't pee after I wake up from surgery. After being in the recovery room, I discovered that I couldn't pee, and it was hurting really bad. So they wanted to do this scan of my bladder to see how much urine was in there. It's like a little sonogram where they put the jelly on your belly and they run, they go over it and they say, oh, okay, you got about 300 in there. I'm like, I gotta go bad, And they would sit me up, help me get up to the bedside commode. Well, first of all, I walked all the way to the bathroom, which was too far away. And once I got in there, I couldn't pee. And then when I stood up, I got sick from the anesthesia, which I had already told them that I got sick from anesthesia, and they were supposed to have given me something, which they said they did, to help with the nausea. But while I'm in the bathroom, just vomiting, and I'm like, oh my God, here I go again. So they gave me some vinegar, I think, and the nausea got better, so they helped me back to the bathroom, and I told them, that's a little bit too far for me to walk. So they put a bedside commode in there in the recovery room beside my bed. So every little bit I would get up. I tell them, I've got to go. They're, okay, well, let's try to get up and pee again. So I would get up with my IV still in me. They put I had 2 large bags. I don't know how much was in each bag, maybe 800 cc's of fluids going in me. I could see my body. I'm a pretty big girl, 216 pounds, but I could see that my body was swollen more. So I knew the fluid was in there. It just wouldn't come out. And I felt the urge to really go. I would sit on the bedside commode and I'm like, oh God, it's right there. It's right there. Please come out. Please come out. The nurses would tell me to blow on a straw. Just put the straw in my mouth and just blow air. But because I couldn't push, I couldn't bear down after the surgery because they didn't want it to move the sling or whatever. Because the sling is just in there. It's not tacked or stitched or anything. So any kind of pressure or lifting or anything could move it. So I was sitting there, and then I'd get back in the bed, and then after a while I told her, my kidney started hurting. I'm like, I started crying. It was hurting so bad. I'm like, please do something. And they would do the scan again. They said, well, we only see about 350 in there. There's not much urine in there. I'm like, I know there's something in there. I was trying to not get aggravated, but they said, well, we need to call Dr. Marks. We need to get an order from him before we can put a catheter in. And me working in healthcare, I know that you have to call. I know that you have to get orders. You can't just do something without the doctor's permission. So, but I was so much in pain that I was wanting this done already. So they finally got the order. They put the catheter in. But when they called the doctor, he's like, I had the surgery at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and this is 3:30. And they told me that the doctor's like, she's still there. She's put a catheter in her and send her home. So as soon as they put the catheter in, 800 come out immediately. And then when I stood up to put my clothes on, another 100 came out. So it's 900. I'm like, oh my God, 900 in my bladder. And where I work, we're like, if we put a catheter in and we get 400 or 500, we're like, oh my God, this person's about to bust. But so I felt instant relief. My kidneys stopped hurting. I didn't have to go. I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. And I just hugged the nurse. I'm like, oh, I just love you so much. And so they sent me home with the catheter. It was just an in and out catheter. It didn't have the bulb on the end, so I had to make sure it stayed in there. I had the strap on my leg, but it still wanted us to kind of work its way out, so I had to be really careful and keep an eye on it. They told me to take it out the next morning, so took it out next morning at 8 o'clock, what they said do. So, and during the night, I had to get up and empty it. I mean, it was really filling up, and they had a lot of green dye in my body from the surgery, so it was just pretty green, clear water coming out of me, and I emptied the catheter. I'm like, oh my God, they have really filled me up, and I'm like, what a relief, to be getting all that out of me. I know when I was in so much pain. I'm surprised it didn't pop. It just felt, it was just awful. And so I took the catheter out. A little while later, this is like 8 o'clock. 10 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I gotta go. I can't pee. I still can't pee. Oh Lord, now what? So 11 o'clock, I know the doctor's going to close because it's Friday, and they said they close at noon. So my husband called. He said, do you want me to call the doctor? I'm like, yes, call the doctor, see what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. So he called, and they said, come back over there. They would recath me, drain it out. So I go back to the doctor, and they drain it out, and I'm like, oh, I got like 400 or 500 out. I can't remember. I got it all written down. But they gave me some little self-caths. Never done that before. They showed my husband how to do it. I'm like, how am I going to do it when I have incisions down there and I can't bend, But this is something you only see on TV. You don't think it's going to happen to you. You see the TV commercials is where it's like, you don't have to reuse your cast. We'll send you new ones. And I'm like, I remember seeing that commercial, but it's not going to happen to me. So I'm like, that flashed through my mind. I'm like, I'm going to have to be cathing myself. And this one nurse in there, she said, oh, I had to do it for a year. And I'm like, a year? Don't tell me that. And she said, well, I'm just saying. And so they showed my husband how to do it. I thought, well, I'll learn how to do it. This is Friday. He don't go back to work till Monday. So I can figure out how to do it myself. But I'm not going to need to learn how to do it. It's going to wake up down there. The swelling's going to go down. Whatever's stopping me from peeing, it's going to straighten out by Monday. So now, it's Monday morning. And I'm still cathing myself. It was still green up until last night. It turned... I have been going to the bathroom on my own, maybe 100 cc's. But then when I cath myself, if I still feel like I have to go, I cath myself right then, which is every time I pee. I'll get 250, 300 out. And but a while ago, I just went and I just peed on my own. I pee in the graduate that they gave me, and I have to do a diary. I have to write down how much I pee on my own, how much I cath myself, how much I get out. But I learned to cath myself, but I don't know. I have to have a mirror. I'm like, if I have to do this rest of my life, I know I'll catch on. We learn to do what we have to do. So I'm getting ready to have to go cath myself again and see how much I get out. But they gave me maybe 15 of the little self-cap tubes, which is like 6 inches long. Like they gave me some 12 French and some 14 French, I think. And that's how big around they are, which they're small, doesn't, and they gave me some lube. You lube them up and you stick them in, and it comes out, and you let it run in the graduate, which I'm starting to, it's no big deal to do it now. It's just an extra step, can't go to the bathroom, pull my pants down and go, and get up, wipe and get up and go. It's just, now I'm going to have to carry this little tube around, but I hope I don't have to do it forever. But they only gave me, like I said, 15 of them, and they said if you run out, just wash these out with hot water, and you can reuse them. A lot of people don't recommend that because it can cause a bladder infection. I am on an antibiotic and a pain medicine, and I can rinse them out with warm water, but I don't feel good about it. I've been to every kind of drugstore that there is here in Thomasville. I've called High Point, called a lot of different places. No, we don't carry those. Like it's some kind of drug or something that I'm asking, telling them that I need. They're like, no, we don't have those. I'm like, okay, where am I supposed to get them? They're like, oh, we don't know. So I did go to this one drugstore. It's an old drugstore that they have everything, and they were the nicest people. It was at Guy's drugstore here in Thomasville. The man was very nice. I didn't get his name, but it was closing time. I walked in there at like 2 minutes till closing. They locked the doors behind me. He stayed there. He called the people that were off work and had them order some because they had quit ordering them because nobody was buying them. But he ordered me a box, and they will be there today about 10 o'clock, he said. So I'm going to be okay, but I appreciate everybody for everybody's prayers and everything that they've done for me. Like, I know that nurse at the hospital, she needed to get the doctor's order, but when she stuck a catheter in me, it's like she gave me up $10 million. It felt so good, and I loved her for that. And that man at God's Pharmacy, he didn't have to stay. He could have said, ma'am, you need to just come back Monday morning. I'm sorry, we don't have any right now. But he got on the phone. He ordered those tubes, and they will be here this morning. And, I mean, he called a couple different people. He didn't just call one person. So, that's about all I know right now. But just keep thinking about me, and I'll keep you updated. My name's Vinay, and the things we take for granted, you just got to keep going though, and don't ever think it can't happen to you, because it can. I'll see you later. Bye.